What's up, guys? How are you? Welcome into a Thursday morning episode of the Daily Juice Podcast with me, Matt Perrault. You guys can follow me on Twitter at SportsTalkMatt. This podcast every morning being brought to you by BetMGM and BetMGM.com. They have an awesome offer available for you guys. It's a first bet, $1,000 first bet offer for new users only. New users use that promo code JUICE at sign up at BetMGM.com for a $1,000 first bet offer. Promo code JUICE. Okay, so we go 0-3, 3-0, and then 1-3. Now, if we're being honest, that UNLV over was a gift. Went to overtime. We got lucky. Steam went against me on almost every game. Steam was right. I was wrong. Bad day. It's okay. Turn the page. Move on to a Thursday. We need to do better today. Let's at least have a winning day. I've been in the lab for the last 2 hours trying to figure out what I'm going to bet. There are so many games I have leans on, like Boston money line against Edmonton for their 11th straight win, or the under for Vegas in Tampa at 6.5, or taking Buffalo and Dallas and going over in Buffalo and Dallas. I don't know. I don't know what to do. I like Xavier to beat DePaul today. I like Xavier in Creighton, little 2-leg moneyline parlay. I like that. Not recommending that. Why? I had a 4-leg moneyline parlay that got killed by the Nuggets, who were 30-4 heading into their game tonight at home against the Bulls, and they lost the game outright. So I've been trying hard. I got 3 bets for you here. I got 1 hockey bet. I got 2 college basketball bets to get into. I don't love the card because I'm having a tough time coming up with real numbers. I'll have more than just this going personally, but officially for the podcast, just going to recommend 3 plays for us here today. As I said, 1 in hockey and 2 in the college basketball ranks. There are so many college basketball games today. It is crazy. Going to go back with a couple of old standbys that I like here today, so we'll get to that here in just 1 second. But before we get to the picks, let me tell you about my friends at Omaha Steaks and the 50% off semi-annual sale going on right now at omahasteaks.com. Creighton Blue Jays are playing today. Omaha's going to be rocking. Omaha Steaks, well, great time to grill out and watch some basketball Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Big East tournaments, all the great tournaments, all going on right now. Well, perfect time to discover Omaha Steaks if you have not done that so far. Spring's in the air. March is here, and spring grilling season has arrived. The steak experts at Omaha Steaks, well, they've got their semi-annual sale going on right now, 50% off site-wide. You can grab all your favorites, the perfectly aged tender steaks, your ocean fresh seafood, juicy burgers, incredible air-chilled chicken, and decadent desserts. Plus, when you go to omahasteaks.com, and use the promo code JUICE at checkout, you will save an additional $30 off your order. The math I'm doing is this: $300 order, half off, $150 minus $30. It's $300 worth of food for just $120. It's not too shabby. Visit omahasteaks.com today. Use that promo code JUICE at checkout and take advantage of this fantastic deal. The site-wide sale, 50% off, is only here for a limited time. Go to omahasteaks.com, use the code JUICE at checkout, and get an additional $30 off when you shop their semi-annual sale today. Minimum order may be required. Okay, let's talk about the Islanders and the Pittsburgh Penguins. Penguins are at home. Islanders right now are likely to start Sorokin. Pittsburgh likely to start Jari. 2.8 goals against average for Sorokin on the road. Jari's given up 4 goals in his last 2 games for Pittsburgh. Now the Penguins, 7-2-1 to the over at home over their last 10 games. 3 goals or more have been scored by Pittsburgh in 4 of the last 5 games. On the other side of things, Islanders are 6-3-1 to the under over their last 10 games. However, 3 games played in this series so far this year, 6 or more in all of them. Total is 6. I feel comfortable we could get a push out of this, or we get a 4-3 final. Let's go for the 4-3 final. Minus 110, over 6. 1.1 units down for the Islanders at the Penguins. Like I said, there's a lot of games with contrasting numbers. You know, Vegas 8-1-1 to the under on the road. Tampa 6-3-1 to the over. Who's in net for Vegas? It matters. Don't know. It might be Hill, but it might be Quick. It could be Vasilevsky, but it might be Elliott. Goaltenders matter for that series in a big way. It's why I can't bet it overnight. Same thing for Buffalo. They're 19-12-1 to the over. Stars are an under team on the road, 8-2 to the under on the road. Contrasting styles, difficult to bet. That's why I'm only going to come in here and bet one hockey game over 6, Islanders and the Penguins for -110. Now, a lot of college basketball games I like. As I mentioned, Creighton Xavier Moneyline Parlay. Don't mind jumping on that, okay? You can come in with that. I think DePaul's going to get killed today. I think UNLV could get killed by Boise State today. Line's 4. Could land it with Boise State. That's very possible. I'm going to talk about Iowa and Ohio State. Did Iowa fix their shooting problems away from Carver Hawkeye? They went to Indiana and they killed them. And they came home against Nebraska and they shot really poorly at home. Did they spend so much time shooting on the road and away from Carver Hawkeye that now they're a better team shooting on the road than at home? I hope so, because I'm betting it. Iowa's -1.5 against an Ohio State team that's covered for 4 straight games. They've won 3 of 4. They just beat a Wisconsin team yesterday, won and covered. Wisconsin stinks, but Ohio State has stunk. They've been so young, really young basketball team. This is not going to be easy for Iowa, but this is the youth and the athletes of Ohio State and the talent and experience of Iowa. This is an older basketball team against a younger basketball team. Chance to advance. All comes down to that three-point shot. Iowa's got to hit the three-point shot. I lean towards the under in this game, actually, to be quite honest. It's 154.5. Some books have gone to 155.5. KenPom has this at 161. You want to talk about KenPom being off because of the neutral court? Iowa, I'm a little concerned about because if Iowa shoots poorly again, this could be like a 62-60 type final, and the game is way under. So I don't want to play with the total here. I lean towards the over, but I feel like the under might also play as well. So I don't know. I'm very conflicted on the over on the total of this game, except I think Iowa wins. Numbers 1.5, -110. I think Iowa's the better basketball team. I think Iowa is going to just play better down the stretch and make more key plays than Ohio State. And Ohio State's going to be good very soon, just not right now. Iowa, -1.5, 1.1 units. Hawkeyes in the Big Ten tournament to bounce Ohio State. Third bet, Miami laying 5 in the ACC tournament. This is going to be a really fun basketball game, and I have been very high on Miami. Wake Forest won yesterday on a last-second three-point shot. Wake Forest beat Syracuse and ended Jim Boeheim's career. He then walked away and retired after the loss. Wake Forest lost on the road at Syracuse by 9. They turned right around and beat them by 3. Tough to beat a team on back-to-back games. But before the cover against Syracuse, Wake Forest hadn't covered for 7 games. They lost to Syracuse and Boston College, laying 8 points at home against BC, lost the game by 2. Laid 8 at home against Notre Dame, lost the game by 8, so it gets a push there. On the road, catching 5.5, got killed by NC State, and then Miami. They were on the road at Miami, catching 6. They lost by 9 when they played. That was the only time these two teams played so far this season. Flip side, Miami's been sort of leaking oil just a little bit. They had covered 3 straight times against North Carolina, Wake Forest, and Vatech, but then against Florida State, they lost by 1 at home, and then against Pittsburgh, laying 7.5, only won by 2. So they kind of limped their way into the ACC tournament here, but Miami is 14-6 in the ACC this year, ATS. Wake Forest 11-9-1, but just 1-3-1 over their last 5 games, and 18-12 Miami ATS overall on the season. I think they're just too good. Miami -5. This is what KenPom has it as a 5-point line. But again, you have a team that played yesterday. This is a noon start. It's an early start, 9 o'clock in the morning, West Coast time. First game of the day type stuff. Better for Miami, in my opinion. Wake Forest played yesterday. Turn right around. Have to play an early game. First game, sleepy Greensboro Coliseum. Miami gets out to a big lead. Miami gets out to a big win here. I'm laying the 5 points with Miami. Okay? Miami -5. Iowa -1.5. Pittsburgh and New York Islanders over 6 are the 3 bets here on a Thursday. If there's more, I'll tell you in the Discord channel. bettingpros.com/chat to get in. Link underneath me as well on YouTube. Come on in. You guys have been awesome. I appreciate each and every one of you guys. It's been a ton of fun being back. We've had a good run. We might be slowing down and cooling down. These numbers are very, very sharp. It's a ton of fun to bet college basketball, but this is a very hard time of the year to bet college basketball. So just a heads up on that. I will go a little more into hockey coming up this weekend, maybe on Sunday, but it's such a big college basketball weekend that I want to give a lot of college basketball bets. If I add, I'll add it on the Discord channel. But for right now, Miami is -5, Iowa -1.5, and the over 6 goals for the Islanders and the Penguins. My name is Matt Perrault. Follow me on Twitter at SportsTalkMatt each and every morning. It's Daily Juice Podcast being brought to you by BetMGM.